So the count functions is actually really good formulas to familiarize yourself with. I use it incredibly often, and when you are familiar with these functions, you'll start learning how to incorporate them with other formulas to further improve your information that you're trying to demonstrate. So I'm going to demonstrate in this video 4 different count functions that I use quite often. So the first one is the count function. It's the most basic one, and this is going to give me a total number of cells in a specific range that have a numerical entry. So I'm going to open my formula with an equal sign. I'm going to type the word count, and I'm going to highlight this column B for this formula to tell me how many cells within column B have numerical values. This is indicating that it has 70. Next, I want to do the same, but I want it to show me how many of the cells have alphabetical values added. So I'm going to type this with an A, open my brackets. I'm not going to highlight the entire range like I did before because I don't want it to include the header. So I'm just going to highlight the range, close my brackets, press enter. If I look now, it's 222. Next, I'm going to demonstrate the COUNTIF function. So this is going to tell me how many cells meet a specific criteria. So I'm going to open this with COUNTIF. I'm going to highlight this range here, comma as a separator, and select my criteria being active. Next, I'm going to do the same, just to demonstrate it again, highlight the same range, and this time my criteria is inactive. So again, it's showing me the totals there. The COUNTIFS function is similar to the COUNTIF function, except the COUNTIF function is basing it on 1 criteria, where the COUNTIFS function is basing it on 2 criteria. So I'm going to go COUNTIF, open my brackets. The first criteria I want it to look for is in column C, and I want it to look for anything, only consider the cells that are high. Next, I want it to look in column D and only consider the cells that have the word active. I'm going to close my brackets. This is giving me an opportunity to autofill. I'm not going to use this yet because it's not going to retain the information necessarily the way I want it to. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fix my formulas to ensure that there's no issues by adding those little icons. With this one, I don't want it to adjust the column. Should I ever want to move this formula horizontally across to the right, it needs to retain the column. But the number, if I move it down, the row number needs to change. So I'm not going to fix the row number. And I'm going to do that there as well. Then I'm going to copy this down, paste it, and there we go. There's my formulas.